Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Yes, Pastor.
Hi. You know, I've been listening through the whole program, and I've been saying, but why should I speak? The program already said it all, and what else can I say? I have written a few things. Some of them was already said through the whole program. So if it's possible, what I want to do is go straight to our biblical aspect instead of giving the history that was already mentioned. So we won't say the same thing that is being said through the whole program. But before I do that, you know me. How you doing, family?
How you doing, Pastor?
Hello, Pastor. How you doing?
Oh, hello, Hailey. Hello, let's see who else is. That's it, only Hailey?
I just opened
my camera, but it's only showing the breast cancer thing. I don't know. It thinks I'm a part of the background.
I think a lot of people don't come on you're on, so they don't have to open up their cameras. I'm gonna have to not say that it's you speaking.
Oh, I think that's
it. Hello, Larry. I know. You might feel uncomfortable showing your face. It's all right, but I would love to say if you. I don't want to force you to do it. But it's been a week. I haven't seen you for a week. I just want to. So thank you for popping up.
I haven't seen Luz for a lot of weeks.
Yes. That's true.
But I know she's been sick. She's been sick, guys. So.
Yes, and thank you for being here. Listen, Halloween is a very interesting time. Although I'm not comfortable with certain programs that the church present of Halloween, we should speak about this. And let me clear this up. Sometimes the program that we create for Halloween give the wrong image of this situation. What I'm saying by the wrong image is sometimes the program is give the example at the end of the program, but that image is already in the brain, and that image sometimes for the kids are not a positive image to keep. So that's what I'm saying. That is what I'm saying. Sometimes our programs, the structure of it, we need to work on it, because sometimes they focus so much in the images, in the viewing, and those images in the viewing should not be portrayed in church. Should not. We're going to read a verse in the Bible. Help us understand why those images should stay away from our pulpit. We should speak about it. Yes, we should speak about it. Second, I would like to say something that is very important to me. We are the result of a structure called Catholic Church. The Catholic Church structured our mind, our behavior, even our God. The Catholic Church. So much that we feel comfortable using expressions, actions, and behavior that it is a structure to worship Catholic deities. And we feel comfortable using those expressions because our mind were formed and built by that system. So much. I've seen actions of people who do not believe in let me say an example, Virgin Mary. And they go to that image and they reverence that image in a way that make my skin crawl. And I was like, how come? Even though these people, they have so much knowledge about reverent image and all that stuff, because our mind was structured certain way by that system. Catholic Church is not only a church, it's a system. So we got to be careful when we use certain expression they make us feel good, make us rejoice, because those expressions come directly from them to worship deities and to put those people or names in a place that only God should be seated. Let me give an example of that. And with this example, then we're going to go into our Bible verses. I remember studying why we have so many saints in the religions. In Christianity, let me use the word Christianity. Why we have so many saints? And speaking to somebody that belongs to the Catholic Church, he explained to me the reason why, which was kind of logical the way he presented it. And because he said there was a time there were not written information, people didn't know how to read. Therefore, they couldn't read the Bible. There were not much Bible to pass on. So therefore, we created images to show people stories about those people in the Bible. But those images were later introduced and fixed into people's brain as saints. The church, he said, was not intending for this to happen. I have some issues with that, because if the church was not intending for this to happen, why they continue to portray these people as saints? And the problem is what Halloween is representing. That's the problem. Remember, if what we heard through this program is true, then saints and the portrayal of them won't be needed. Why? Because we heard we couldn't communicate with the dead, that the dead are dead and they have no communication with the living. Therefore, if they have no communication with the living and they are dead and their thoughts are placed in their nowhere land, forgotten, not being remembered. So how come we're going to communicate with Virgin Mary or Paul or Peter or Daniel or Abraham? We can't communicate with them. So you see, if we understand, if we believe what we have been saying through this program, then Halloween won't exist. And you might say, Pastor, but Halloween existed way before Catholic Church. The problem is the Christianity embraced Halloween through the understanding that the dead are still alive. Let me ask you a question. What is Halloween for this society that we are living in? What is Halloween? One answer was the Halloween is the day to celebrate the death, or to celebrate the dead. And I you know, when a person answered to that question like that, I was puzzled. I was confused. How can we celebrate the dead? And you see, that's why I said earlier, we got to be careful with the expression, because that expression is being used not in the Catholic or the Lutheran or the Baptist of of other churches. That expression is being used among Seventh-day Adventists to celebrate the death or the death of this person. See, sometimes we use expression not understanding that expression has some type of connection with something else. But since it sounds good, it sounds beautiful, it sounds understanding, it sounds logical, then we use it. When and most of the people that are here, probably they're going to understand what I'm saying, because most of the people in this program are from Hispanic descendants. Most of them, probably you are not, and I'm going to try to help you understand what I'm going to say now. In the Hispanic world, when a person die, they used to, or they do, I don't know if they continue doing it, they used to do a mass for the dead person. That mass consisted in 10 days, sometimes 12, 13, 15 days. A mass, a program for that person that is dead. That was the behavior in the Hispanic community. The mass for the dead people. That was normal. People used to dress in dark color, symbolizing some type of pain and sorrow, and that's understanding. The Bible speaks about that. But the thing is, why we need to do a program for the dead person? That program used to be consisting of different things. Let me say a few of them. Food, history about the person, and what is the word? Praise, prayers for the dead person. Those programs. And if you would go to those reunion and ask why you do that, they're going to tell you different things. They're going to tell you, well, we want the dead to be happy where they are. The person was good, is in heaven. We want them to be in heaven happy. Therefore, we are giving praise to God to keep them happy. Now, the person was in an uncomfortable place like purgatory or the limbo or in hell, then we have to do different things to bring them out from that suffering into a better place. That was the understanding when you ask the question. And then if you ask, but why the food? Why you eat food? And then they will tell you, oh, because now we are celebrating. We are happy and rejoicing. You see, that mass for the dead was involving some type of celebration. Now, when you bring that to our time, what we use is this. The person is dead. Let's go and celebrate the life of. And I see that very common among Seventh-day Adventists. And sometimes I ask myself, do we understand when we use the expression, let's celebrate the life of? Because that expression is very, very connected, entwined with the expression of Mass and their celebration of the dead. Although, yes, we have the understanding that we cannot celebrate the dead because the dead are dead. And our understanding is, let's celebrate the life that person lived. The problem is that person is not alive. To celebrate the life of somebody, need to be alive. You cannot celebrate the life of a person that is already dead. That person has no life. So you see the confusion when it comes to celebrating the life of, but the person is dead. Now I understand that we go to present not our gratitude, but our compassion to the family when in support of their person. Yes, we're supposed to do that. The Bible tells us in many places that we should go and be sorrow for their pain and their suffering. Yes. But be careful when we use wording that we really do not understand because they sound good, because they make sense to my logic, without me understanding the meaning behind it. Because the meaning behind let's celebrate is a Halloween celebration that we many times confuse to being happy and being glad. Halloween is nothing of that, and we was presented in our programs today. That's why I'm trying not to mention what was presented. It is not celebrating the dead. It is more than just celebrating the dead. It's telling the world that the dead are not dead. When Ecclesiastes says, listen, they have no communion with the living. Their thoughts are placed in a forgotten stage. And then when we read Deuteronomy that says we do not visitate, do not commune with the people that do that. And then the expression that they use to understand their behavior, it is being used by us. We need to be careful. We need to be careful. Because remember, for us to change our mind, first, we need to start accepting little things. They doesn't do many harms, little things, but those little things become great things. And those little things, they become greater than that, they become greater, and they become a problem. Another thing, do not believe your senses when it comes to Halloween. Do not believe your senses. Remember, many people says, if you see it, you believe it. That's a lie. Do not trust your senses, especially with Halloween, because Satan knows how to use the senses for his own advantages. Your sight, your smell, your taste, your hearing, your touching, even your how your mind works. We gotta be careful. When it comes to Halloween, we have to believe what the Word of God says, although our sight tells us differently. Our listening, our hearing tells us differently. You imagine that your dead dad, dead uncle, dead mom, dead brother-in-law, somebody that you love so much, a dog, appears in front of you and start barking or speaking exactly that loved ones that you have. What you gonna do? Believe your senses? I heard and I saw, and that is true. Halloween gives you that false understanding and idea that the senses dictate what you believe. And God says, do not trust your senses when it comes to the dark side with Satan's tricks. Stay away from them. Believe what the Bible says. The Bible says, don't follow, don't believe it, don't see it, don't pay attention, run away from it, do it. I want to finish with this. And this is, I think this is very important. When it comes to Halloween, we should not use nothing they have to deal with Halloween. Nor their food, nor their costumes, nor their movies. Nothing they have to deal with Halloween. If you have any artifact in your house, they have to deal with Halloween, throw it away. And you might say, wait a minute, I have some beautiful candies. I have a tasteful chocolate, whatever you have. Throw it away from your house. This is very important. Very important. I was speaking to somebody, and I don't like to mention names because when you mention names, that creates some issues with the people that you know. I was speaking to somebody a while back, and that person was telling me, look, I was involved in the dark world very deep. I was in the satanic movement very deep, so deep that I don't know how I got out. He's a Seventh-day Adventist now. And he said this, look, sometimes we don't believe and understand what Halloween is. Everything that is Halloween related is being dedicated to Satan. Everything, like the church, everything in the temple is being dedicated to God, to Jehovah, to Yahweh. Everything they have to deal with Halloween has been dedicated to Satan. And when you take those things and bring it into your house, Satan empowers himself to go into your house. Because now there is something in there that belongs to him. And he says, well, I have now power to go into your house. That's why you have to get rid of things that have to deal with Halloween. There is other things that doesn't deal exactly with Halloween. There is a satanic thing. Take it out to music, books, take it out. Everything they have to deal with Halloween, and I speak about Halloween. That's why we're speaking right now. Take it out of your house, because when you bring those things, you are opening the door for Satan to come into your house. He empowered himself. And I want you to speak to your friends, those who decorate their houses with Halloween, and let them know, do you know that when you decorate your houses with Halloween, you are inviting Satan into your house? And then you say, why I feel the way I feel, why is happening what is happening? Satan is being invited and he came. Remember, anything that is Halloween related, we need to stay away from it. Do not allow Satan to use your senses to control you. Do not allow Satan. And last, pray a lot. Pray and pray and pray for God to change the way you think, the way you were structured, the way you were formed, the culture that formed you. Do you know why you need to pray a lot for that? Because that is hard to change. Hard to change. To change your culture is hard to do it because that's who you are. And the system, the infiltrated people already form a way for you to believe and behave in a way that is telling them that you are part of that system. That you are part of that system. And we use logic. We use logic to say, I'm fine. I can do this. I can do that. Therefore, I'm fine. That system has many tentacles, many arms. It's not only Halloween. There are different stuff that belong to that system, that when you practice it, you are saying that you belong to that system. And we need to be careful. Sometimes when we speak, when we act, when we walk, because if we walk without understanding why are we walking, why are we going to those places, why are we putting that dress, why I celebrate this, I celebrate that. If we don't understand why we do that, and we do it because I feel good, because I read a verse in the Bible that probably deal with that. Not that deals with that, but probably deals with that. And I read this verse and made me understand, yes, be careful. Study carefully those things that belong to that system. It is a system that controls the whole world. Right now, it's controlling the whole world, a system that is telling you how to behave, what to believe, how to walk, how to dress, what God to worship. What God to worship. Please, don't allow Halloween to come into your house. Don't allow Halloween to change your children. Don't allow Halloween to do what it's doing